Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone and live according to truth. परमोच प्रभु सत्यम नित्यत्वमेव केवलम अनुवर्तामहे सत्यम अनुजीवम केवलम ओं शांति शांति शांति. Mother and Sri Aurobindo. Namaste, Vander Matram. Welcome all of you. So this topic of this session's spiritual discussion will be on Om Namo Shivaya. On this great day, it is the great day in India's history. It is a great this day for all Hindu people who are staying inside and outside of India. It is a really true day, truly great day. This is Mahashivaratri. This occasion sometimes also we call as Shiva Jagara, and this is a great day because on this day there was a great marriage of Lord Shiva and Parvati took place. The great wedding, to remember this great wedding, every day on this day we are celebrating this Mahashivaratri. So on this great day, the great topic of discussion will be on Om Namo Shivaya. Of course, today we have discussed the great topic on in a Odia format, English and Odia format. Today, exclusively we are discussing the topic on English to English on this very short, very brief discussion rather, but very interesting topic. Of course, we are going to discuss on Lord Shiva. So we know everyone, almost all the Hindu people who are staying in India, or the people who belong to this Hindu religion, of course, they are well acquainted with the very mantra that is Om Namo Shivaya. So this day entirely throughout, from nook to corner, from the hills to the inmost corner of the forest, so inmost corner of the woods rather. So we keep hearing the term, the mantra Om Namo Shivaya. So this topic of discussion on Om Namo Shivaya, it will be a brief topic. We'll discuss in short, of course, on Shiva, Lord Shiva. So still in the course, Lord Shiva is the Lord of the Lord of transformation. Shiva is the Lord of transformation. He is of course in charge of this transformation. Usually three gods we see for three departments. The great gods, supramental level gods, of course we see Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. One is in the is the creator. One is actually taking caretaker, and one is the destroyer. So in Hindu mythology, we see Brahma is the great creator, Vishnu is the saver, he is taking care of the great management in his hand, and the third is Shiva, Lord Shiva, who is in the charge of destruction, we know, Sanghar. So many stories in the Hindu mythology we have heard of course. It is very interesting scenario to remember the old tales from the old Vedic Purans and the Vedas and Upanishads. So very beautiful Shiva Puran. So many things have been written there. Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha, Kartika and Nandi, Bhungi, of course. So many words coming, and beautiful Shakti, Shiva and Shakti. So things are there, very much popular terms, very much popular subjects to the Indian minds. So already we know the thing. That mantra you can also listen it here. Nagendra haraya trilochanaya bhasmangaragaya maheshwaraya nityaya shraddhaya digambaraya tasmai nakaraya namo shivaya. Very famous mantra that you will be listening while you will be in touch with this temple adoration, puja, offering like this. So beautiful mantra. And another mantra also we see couple of times we see. This is very great mantra. Om Trayambakam Jajomahe Sugandhim Prustivardhanam Urbaro Kamim Vardhanat Mrutaya Murkhiya Matru Nanath Om Namo Shivaya Om Trayambakam Jajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhana. So you are also with this mantra, you are better acquainted. Anyway, there is a Sri Aurobindo's on Sri Aurobindo showing Sri Aurobindo quotes. So there is of course one we'll try to take it today. That is on Shiva, one very beautiful poem by Sri Aurobindo on Shiva. Shiva, the inconscient, it was there initially, and the latter in the latter period of time it came to the form of the Shiva. So in Shiva, there we have already seen. We have also, of course, we have observed the Shiva on Shiva. Shiva, the great inconscient, of course, it is there. Shiva, the inconscient creator. Very interesting line. Shiva, the inconscient creator. Shiva is the eternal's personality of force. Very first line we see. Shiva, the inconscient creator. Shiva is the eternal's personality of force. And through him all is created. Sri Aurobindo quotes, through him all is created. Through is the creation, how the process and what are the things, what are the methods. Through his passion, through his rhythm, and through his concentration. So this entire creation, the entire creation is there by him, by Shiva Hajadim. Through him all is created. He is the inconscient creator. Shiva is the eternal's personality of force, is eternal's personality of force. Through him all is created. Through him his passion, through his rhythms, and through his concentration. So now we are going to have the Sri Aurobindo again quotes also, of course, one beautiful revelation from Sri Aurobindo to here. Lord of Transformation already we have seen. So Sri Aurobindo quotes the auspicious one, Lord of Tapas and Force. So he is the Lord of Tapasya and Force, Lord of Tapas and Force, the auspicious one. So Sri Aurobindo has quoted him in Savitri, we have seen, of course. So later we will discuss here. So we have seen couple of imagery in Sri Aurobindo's, of course, in Vedic and Puranic writings. And like the great stories we have seen when there was Samudra Manthan, that saga, that exploration in the sea. So very beautiful things were there, like Ucheshrava, so Hasti, and this Amrut, that nectar, everything came out. For this there was a tussle who will take it, either the god side or the demon side. So there was a big tussle, big discontent, everything was continuing, and finally there was a so-called poison, who will take it, nobody was there. So it has to be taken, and finally, Shiva drank it, and after his throat it came actually blue in color, so that from that day his name is, another one is known as Nilakantha. Another thing also we have seen here, Sri Krishna, we adore Lord Shiva as we say him as Asutosa. Asutusyate iti Asutosa. Immediately he gets satisfied. So all the demons or the sadhakas, instead of going for up to Brahma and Vishnu, they prefer adoring Shiva, because this boon will be very easier, very simple, very comfortably, and within a lesser period of lesser span of time it will be there, because he is Asuda, so he gets satisfied. So another story also we have seen in many stories. Of course, I will quote one or two stories. Like this Kanya Kumari we have seen. That Kumari is awaiting for this wedding and all. Shiva is coming before the day dawns, means before the sun god is coming and coming to the sky. It is coming to the picture. So he is coming with illumination and all. He is rising. So before that he has to come. But the thing is that gods had the other thought for that period. So there was something, a conspiracy. So they planned that he should not reach there. So there was the crows started crowing, crowing, and also these the things that it felt there is a imagery of the morning. So of course it was an artificial one, and after this day is dawning, this sound is coming, crow is cooking, everything is done. This Lord could not come, he had to stay on the Himalayas, and Kumari, of course, she was adoring and awaiting for him in the southmost corner, that is Cape Comorin. So this marriage could not be done. Still there is outing, but there is no possibility of finding. So another thing also, we have heard the story of this Bhasmasura. He got the boon, on whose head he will put the hand, he will be destroyed, he will be burned to ashes. So after getting the boon, he tried to experiment it on Shiva, and of course Shiva was very in a panic. He started running. He went to the Lord Vishnu, and Vishnu asked him, why you have given, without thinking a little bit, why you are giving this sort of borrow and all boon. So Vishnu had to, naturally he is the manager, he has to controller. See, he came like a Mohini Kanya and started dancing with him, and this demon Bhasmasura, he was got actually embarrassed. He could not understand what is he actually got mesmerized. So while dancing this Mohini Kanya, I mean Lord Vishnu in disguise, he kept his hand, her hand upon the own head, and like this Bhasmasura also followed, and you know the reason, and he got destroyed. So these are the stories you have heard, we have heard, and we'll see a couple of lines what mother says, quotes, of course. Sri Aurobindo and the mother's writing will see. Mother quotes here, but Shiva himself has clearly expressed his will to come down on earth only with the supramental world. But we keep worshipping her, him, and we keep worshipping Lord Shiva from the very Vedic period, from the very beginning. Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, Maha Ishwara, Maheshwara. So, like this, mother quotes here, but Shiva himself has clearly expressed his will to come down on earth. Means come down to earth means it is not, it has not happened till now. Only with the supramental world, when the earth is ready for the supramental life. So because this earth is not at all ready for the supramental life, and this is only he will come down with, he is willing to come down only with the supramental world. So he has yet to come. He will come then with the supramental life, and while the earth is ready for the supramental life, and when the supramental world is manifested. And almost all these beings will manifest. Not only Shiva, so many beings are awaiting to manifest. They are waiting for that moment, and they don't want to any of the present struggle and obscurity, because present scenario is packed with struggle and obscurity. Everything is there. So they don't come. They don't want to manifest here. In Savitri also, couple of terms we see here. As Sri Aurobindo has quoted here. She knew herself the beloved of the Supreme. These gods and goddesses were he and she. Of course, very interesting thing. This is the finding of the soul. We have taken it. These gods and goddesses were only he and she. Then third upon the next page, what happens here? Very interesting thing. Share in the course here. The mother was she of beauty and delight. The word in Brahma's vast creating class. This creation comes. This word in Brahma has been described here. Brahma's vast creating class. The world positions on Almighty Shiva's lap. Again, after Brahma, this is Shiva has been quoted. The world positions on Almighty Shiva's lap. Then the master and mother of all lives, watching the worlds with their twin regard and her maid. We have in Purusha and Prakriti, Shiva and Shakti, Brahma. Yes, we have these things we have already heard. And Krishna and Radha forever entwined in bliss. The adorer and adored, self-lost and one. In these things we are well acquainted, and we know, already we know. These are the good descriptions given by Sri Aurobindo, of course it is given. So that the dance, we have also heard the story of this Draksha Prajapati, when this Shiva was not invited to the party, so marriage. So he went, and with the there was here for this little bit of insult, Sati went into the fire. Then Shiva had a dance with keeping the Sati on the shoulder itself. So there was a beautiful story. Shakti was to be parted back. Without Shiva, without Shakti, Shiva is like a Sava. So from the Shiva, the inconscient creator, I will take couple of lines. On the white summit of eternity, a single soul of the bare infinities, guarded he keeps by a fire screen of peace. Just imagine his mystic loveliness of nude ecstasy, but touched by an immense delight. He looks across the unending depths and seas, musing amid the inconscient silences. The mighty mother's dumb felicity, half now awake, she rises to his grace. Just imagine how beautiful. Om Namah Shivaya. This is the great.